stayed in the game.
Coach, we've been talking about it a lot today, but Baylor falls again, sixth straight loss for them. Utah at home had an opportunity and just could not close it on out. A lot of credit to Utah and just how good they are under Kyle Whittingham. But how much did you get to see that, and just what were your thoughts on them trying to bounce back from what was obviously a very rough debut against Texas State?
Well, first of all, I watched every snap of it. I thought they played, and to be complimentary, they played with great energy on both sides of the ball. I think I told you last week, don't be surprised if they don't beat them, that it's a heck of a game. And you know, I know what those guys are made of. They're good coaches, good guys. They had those guys ready to play. And, you know, I'm gonna, you know, you could look at a game like that and you have certain things happen, missed a few plays here, missed a tackle, had a penalty here, but there was vast improvement. I'm going to say this. I have never seen a last play of the game. Baylor should have had the ball with one play to play at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
That was I don't care what anybody says. I'm more qualified. I've done it longer. That was interference for 4 seconds. And for them not to make that call at the end of the game like that is ridiculous. I mean, it affected the play. And I'm not saying they would have scored, but I thought Baylor fought to the very end. You know, some people considered that they became a little bit stagnant on offense. I read where the quarterback got injured a little bit. So you're always trying to appease what you can do. But I thought they played hard. Utah, as we talked about earlier in the year, you know, that they have a good roster. Now, I don't believe after watching them that they really were confident in either quarterback. And I thought Baylor they ran the ball efficiently, made some big plays, missed some plays, but it was a hell of a game.
Phil, did you see they had one, unfortunately, when Utah, if you're a Baylor fan or a coach or player, when Utah had a chance to go down and drive to tie the game, they had a play with 10 men on the field on defense. They had a safety missing.
Yeah.
And Dave Aranda, I asked him about that today, and he said something about the communication from the box to a GA on the sideline who must have or was doing some other role, and it just was an absolute mistake that will never happen again. Did that ever happen to you when you were on the sideline or in the box?
Absolutely. I don't know if you remember this, but we're the year in 15, we're going to go. It's a tight game, and it's third down and 4. We make the play, and our D-line guy didn't come out fast enough in the sub and gave them a first down. They go down, and on fourth down they score. I don't know if you remember that, but it turned the whole game around. I really felt we would have beat them. Yes, it's happened, and to say it hadn't, I would be lying. It's happened. Yes, it has.
Did you see anything different with what they did, even though Utah was probably themselves a little bit handcuffed because of the quarterback play?
Well, I will tell you, I've told you this forever. Sometimes you just match up better with certain teams. You know, one of the things, I'm going to go back to Texas State and UTSA. You know, Jeff and them, they knew how to play tempo. And they had played, it was obvious their kids that played tempo. They played tempo so much better than Baylor did. And Utah didn't use a lot of hurry-up tempo, which I think really helped Baylor get their calls in. You know, very few substitutions as the ones you talked about. So I think that helped them. Now, and also I think that they're not quite at full speed offensively without that quarterback who's really, you know, he's a run and a pass threat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
His brother, I know him personally. His brother was an offensive line for us at Arizona State. He's quite an athlete.
Phil, you mentioned the